Oh my god. It's not even straight. Did they get that on camera?
No, I went straight to the boys.
Oh, Aaron.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to fix the carpet. That is one way to start a podcast.
Certainly is.
Sorry, is the carpet all good on yours?
It's been fantastic,
It's
man.
good. All right. What episode are we up to?
17? 217?
Yes. I don't know. I'm going with you. I did notice that you stuffed the titles up.
Yeah. Well, but you got it right this time, didn't you?
What?
You got it right this time.
I think so.
Yeah.
Right, did you get it right?
I think you got it. Yeah,
Oh shit! We are so professional. All right. Tonight I have GlassCastles coming on. So you guys are a band. What genre are you guys again?
Metalcore, post-hardcore.
Sweet. Oh yeah, because I did the photo. I forgot.
Yeah,
I did the photo.
Yes,
Right.
you did.
Yeah. It's a good photo. I have to say. Did you guys notice that on the photo up the top right-hand corner, because I couldn't get the proportions right, I had to dye the background blue, so that way it looked nice and looked center.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys didn't notice.
Well, if we didn't notice, and obviously you did a good job there.
Yeah, that's it. Professional. Alright, so tonight I have Dylan.
Yeah.
Aaron.
No.
Aaron.
Aaron right here. Yeah.
Yeah. This happens every time I have a
so
group
good.
on. I have to say every single time. So we have drums, we have singing and songwriting, and we have guitar.
Guitar, that's
See, I
right.
got 3 out of 3 right
did,
there.
man.
Yeah,
You
you got
did.
that right. So, what do you guys and how do you do it? Let's go through that. Let's do the intro. Let's
Would you
go
like
around
to
the
start,
table.
Aaron?
I'm just going to quickly fix this music, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, sure.
So who are you guys?
Yeah, so like I said, we're a melodic metalcore, post-hardcore band. What we do, I guess we've kind of come from various bands, would you say, in the past that we've kind of known each other from?
Yeah, I guess with Perth being kind of tight-knit, we always kind of have people in passing, and then Aaron's band that we saw was not even in the same genre. So what would you call it, like a folk, atmospheric folk band? So he's gone a little bit, the opposite end, but I think growing up we've always liked that kind of similar style.
Yeah.
And when he contacted me, we kind of went, oh yeah, what's your general vibe and what you want to do with your band? I was in a band, he was in a band, and Dylan
I was in a different country.
Yeah.
So then where were you then?
I'm from Singapore.
Okay, very cool.
So
Yeah.
excuse me if my accent's a bit.
I haven't even
to
noticed a
understand.
single accent.
Yeah.
But then, so what? So you guys formed, and it's just messaged you and being like, "Hey, I know you're in Singapore, but
No,
it's
no,
not a
no.
band."
Oh man, so you must
It's a long story, yeah.
drummers in Perth, the good drummers are taken, or they're in 5 different projects.
That's it.
Because talent, it's hard to find some good drummers. As you said, all the good ones are taken.
Yeah.
And he kind of came through to Perth and we're like, man, let's nab this guy quick. Because we did go through a few drummers, or we did try to find the right drummer. And I suppose not only finding the right talent, but just someone you gel with, I think is pretty important as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. And if there's so many drummers already out there doing their thing, and they're already in so many projects, it's like they're already scattered everywhere.
Absolutely.
But then how many projects are you in, Dylan?
Let me see.
So you're in a few projects. Damn.
Exactly right. It's been taken.
You came from Singapore straight here and you're like, oh shit, everyone wants me.
Got 2.5, I
Yeah,
guess.
okay.
So half is I fill in for 1 or 2 bands.
Yeah.
Other 2, one is a ska band.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
others-
Scar's awesome, I have to say. Yeah.
Others just crowd pleaser cover band.
Yeah.
But GlassCastles is
All
the-
originals, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can definitely dive into that because that's it's always fascinating to talk about with the idea of if you're in a band and you want to make money, you got to be in a cover band kind of, because original music, it's there, but if you're in a bloody Taylor Swift cover band, you're gonna
You're gonna do very well.
You're gonna do well.
So if you're doing originals, you're doing it for the passion. bro.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's a passion project.
Yeah.
And of course, if you want to actually make a decent living off it, you've got to,
Yeah.
you got to do what you can.
Go dive into that. But then, where did the music come from for you guys? Let's go around as well. So, Aaron, where did it all start from you? For you?
Yeah, for me, I guess I started playing music when I was 5 or 6 years old. I was
Drums, keyboard, guitar.
Yeah,
or-
so I started off with drums and singing. They
cool.
kind of did both at the same time. My dad was a drummer who also switched to being a singer. But yeah, started off playing drums, and growing up I was always the drummer in bands.
So then you just did a full role reversal almost.
Yeah. I picked up guitar probably around 8 or 9 years old, and then it was mainly drums, but I always kind of wrote songs on guitar growing up as well.
Yeah.
But I was always, I guess I kind of started off being into like more grunge, alternative rock sort of stuff. It's actually Nirvana that made me decide that music was what I wanted to do.
Really?
Because I was playing drums, like I grew up in church and stuff, so my dad got me, like, I guess I used to watch him playing drums, and that's how I started jumping on the kit while he was talking to everyone. That was
That's
the best
cool.
part of my day.
Yeah.
But he'd be off socializing. I'm like, take as long as you want. I'm just gonna jump on the drum kit. But I remember writing a school assignment, and I haven't told you guys this either. This was the moment where I decided that music was what I wanted to do, or like really meant something
pursue,
to me.
Yeah.
I was probably about 8 or 9 at the time. It was we had to write an assignment because it was the end of the 90s. It was 1999, and we had to write an assignment on about the 90s.
I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
I would have been 7, so I'm still a kid. Like.
Yeah, we were still kids.
And I'm like, yeah, your age. Not. All right, keep going.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice, yeah.
we're primary school kids, right? And then the 90s is finishing. Everyone's like, oh, Y2K, year 2000, all that
That's
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
It's gonna end. Like,
And then the teacher's like, by the way, guys, you're going to do an assignment for the end of the year and give a 5-minute talk about the 90s. And I was like, okay, I can't remember half of it because I was a baby, but surely. So back then it was like, you have internet for an hour because it's dial-up or whatever it was.
yeah.
So I tried to research all this stuff about the 90s and reading encyclopedia.
And it was just Nirvana, though.
Yeah.
Just destroying the 90s, obviously.
So I kept reading about, grunge and stuff. And then Triple M, back because I grew up in Sydney.
Ah, okay.
So my dad listened to Triple M because it played all the classics that he was into.
Yeah.
And then they had a top 100 songs of the 90s come on. And when we were in the car, it happened to be like the last 5 songs. And number 1 was Smells Like Teen Spirit,
Of course,
I think.
yes,
What was number 2? Can you even remember?
Well, it was possibly Enter Sandman, maybe.
It's Triple M.
Yeah, it's Triple M. So but it smells like Teen Spirit. Halfway through that song, that was the first time I was like, man, this is like on an emotional level, just really engaging with me.
I felt the same way.
Yeah.
But it was when I watched the Weird Al Yankovic on Rage.
That's it.
I was like, man, this is cool.
See, I found out about Weird Al before I found out about Nirvana. I'm not even kidding. I was a massive Weird Al fan back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. How good's the guitar solos when he's just chugging them all?
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, he was getting all like very deep about his musical journey.
So
Weird Al came along.
but yeah, so through that then what was the progression, and then when did you come over here and stuff like?
Yeah, so I pretty much did all my school in Sydney except for year 12. So my dad took a job relocation over here.
Yep.
So like at the end of year 11 we moved over to Perth.
That's cool.
And I'd always obviously played in like high school bands and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, moved to Perth, went to Linwood Senior High for the end of year 11 and year 12, and then I think that's kind of where I started to get into slightly heavier stuff. So I will admit to being a scene kid at the time. I had to
Nice.
He still looks like a sink. Yeah, what are you talking about?
See the remnants of it.
yeah,
The long hair.
the red highlights are still in there.
He's still an emo kid.
Yeah,
Very cool.
but
Well,
yeah.
scene was awesome back then.
Yeah.
Can we Google scene kids and stuff? Scene girls.
You find
Like the 2000 Scene Kid starter pack. and it'll give you probably a good rundown of what exactly Aaron looked like.
I mean, you can pull up my Facebook and you'll see exactly what
What a time it was, though, right? Like, look at the
Yeah. Which one would you be?
So many colours.
Which one would be the closest?
I was
person?
probably that one, yeah. I was close to that, but I had a spiky top.
That's cool.
Did you have the cross, the
XD.
colours, the black and white?
No, but I wore
Gloves.
like the long glove sleeve thing with
you
the
did.
fingerless, yeah.
So you went all in. You went hard into
Yeah,
it.
we don't half-ass these things.
Damn.
That guy must look back at that and go, "Yeah, that was a good look." Don't regret that at all.
That's it. But then, so with the singing and songwriting, though, so then you've been
Yeah.
making songs your whole life then, right? Or-
Probably since I was about 14, 15. With the band we played in Sydney, we were obviously, playing covers and stuff, but we always wrote some originals along the way. They probably sounded, I can't remember what they sounded like, but they probably sounded like, Nirvana, Green Day rip-offs, but...
He's being very modest. He was originally the drummer of the band.
Yeah.
And he's a fantastic drummer. And then he's went, I'm going to try singing because we couldn't really get a singer. But I suppose that's always kind of, you've always been pretty good with writing and everything, and it kind of came naturally, I guess.
I think with vocals, I started right at the very beginning as like singing and playing drums at the same time, and I'd always done kind of backup vocals back in Sydney. Like when we would do covers of slightly heavier stuff, I would do the backing screams while I was playing drums and stuff. But at that age, you kind of just think, I'm making the sound, it must be normal not to talk for the next couple of days.
Again, voice strain. Like, what is it? It's vocal strain, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, you're not
vocal cords.
conscious of technique or anything when you're a kid, right? You're just like, it sounds close to what I'm trying to do.
That's it.
So I'm
Just
just
scream
going to
in
do
the
it.
mic. Yeah.
And if it means I don't talk for a couple of days, then that's cool. Like, it's worth it.
Yeah.
But, I guess once I kind of got a bit older, like as a teenager and younger adult, I was kind of just playing drums in bands more than anything else.
Yeah.
But I always, I guess, wanted to make the switch to vocals, especially
eventually,
Linkin Park, one of my favorite bands, Chester.
Yeah, rest in peace, yeah.
Yeah, was kind of the biggest inspiration for me vocally.
Yeah, similar thing. Well, not because I didn't sing, but growing up, Linkin Park was a big thing for me. And Korn and Slipknot, Marilyn Manson and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
man, you're talking about language.
That's it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then, post-hardcore, metalcore started to get into more that sort of thing, like Funeral for a Friend.
Yep. Parkway? Like
Parkway,
Affliction,
early
or-
Parkway was probably my, like that Killing with a Smile album.
Yeah.
Was probably one of my most
That was a
played
good album.
albums. Yeah. Amity Affliction's early stuff, and like Say Us In, all that sort of mid-late 2000s, Asking Alexandria and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I got into that side of it.
Yep.
And they kind of had that cool blend of electronic synth sort of stuff, Bring Me the Horizon, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So you're a scene kid.
Yeah, still a
It's
secret.
come out. It's released.
This secret's out. It was never really a secret.
But then, what about you, Grant? Then, how did you come into all the picture, and how did you start with music?
Growing up in the country down near Bridgetown, there was
okay.
fucking nothing. This is like, man, I was thinking about this. I think the only reason why I'm playing guitar and got to the level of what I did is because, frankly, there was nothing else to do. I lived in a small country town. It was literally one mine,
Can we
a
look
deli.
up Bridgetown, if that's right?
We actually lived in a place called Greenbushes. Like, I don't
you
even
lived in
say.
Greenbushes?
Yeah. It's like a mine, a mill. It's an old town.
Way you lived in Greenbushes.
So yeah, that's where I grew up. And because there's not much else to do, you're kind of like
Not
bikes.
after Greenbushes.
That's exactly where I lived.
That's
In
where you
that
lived.
bush right
In
there.
that bush.
No, just right Bridgetown. Right Bridgetown.
That's Greenbushes. There you go.
That's my house.
Yeah, that's your neighbour next to
small
you.
country town. The primary school was like 90 kids.
Really?
Yeah,
90
really
kids?
small. So I took up guitar
Look up
and
Greenbushes out Western Australia.
yeah. There was a guitar teacher just happened to do lessons there. Came to the school and I was like, yeah, cool, this is what I can do, and pretty much just locked myself into my room and just played. And to be honest, if I had the internet, if I had kids growing up today, I don't know how people can be very passionate about an instrument because there's just so many distractions now. So I was very lucky. I was like riding my bike or playing guitar. And then I came to Perth 99, played in some punk bands, high school punk bands. Shout out to the old punk crew down at the White Sands. We used to go to like Boredom and Negative Reply and PC Thug and all those bands. That used to be kind of like my Saturday, Sunday. Then I got into a couple of bands here. Exile Radio was a band. Heroes and Heart Attacks. We did a few gigs around Perth, and then
That
my latest
rings a
one
bell,
was
actually, Heroes and Heart Attacks.
it's just got a good name to it. You
Yeah,
probably
that-
don't. You've probably never heard of us, but everyone's just like, yeah, that's a cool name. And then my latest one we did for about 5 years called September Sun. We were fairly known in Perth. I'd like to think so.
Yeah,
Most
okay.
people are probably just like laughing. You loser.
September Sun. Can we
Yeah,
find
September Sun.
gigs for September Sun? What years were you guys?
That was probably like 2014 for about 2000 and I don't know,
18.
18.
September Sun band.
Yeah, and then essentially Aaron just goes, yeah, man, I'm gonna like steal you,
September Sun.
and then you can
Yeah.
play September Sun band Perth maybe. There we are.
Yeah, there you go.
So
First,
if we
Facebook?
go to no, that's not very negative, bro.
Facebook,
All right,
like-
right in Solace.
No,
S-
click. Type it. Yeah, look up Solace and then.
Soulless.
Yes,
Yeah.
SO.
Yeah. No,
L.
just that. Or
September Sun Perth. You got to be very specific, man. We're not that big.
Not soulless. Not soulless.
Anyway, I'm going to keep talking while it finds it. So I was there for 5 years. Really good bunch of mates. My cousin was there. I still see the band all the time. They're still off doing other projects and stuff. And we started off pretty heavy, and then we kind of got to more of a Birds of Tokyo type vibe. And I've always wanted it to be a bit heavier. Aaron hit me up. He goes, man, I'm looking to do a heavier band. And I was like, what's your influences? He let me know, and I was like, yep. Speaking my language, there we are.
There it is.
That's my old band, September Sun.
Damn, you had a good following.
Yeah,
actually,
well, we're kind of in the scene for a little while. We got some videos up. We had some releases. Yeah, we played.
Is that you there, Aaron?
No.
I was about to say you cut it all off.
I wasn't in September. Sun.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a decent crack at that. And again, with music and Perth, it's just you do it for the passion.
Yeah.
And I've always been like that. There's a few nice photos. Trip down memory lane. For me, music's always been you get into a band once a week, you hang out with your mates, you play some music, and whatever else happens.
Yeah.
And for me, that was always kind of number one. Aaron hit me up. I want to do something heavier, which I've always kind of gone that end.
How did you guys know each other? Just
Passing in bands.
quite-
We used to
So-
rehearse next door to each other.
That
so-
too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But your band, Space Between and GlassCastles, we kind of pass, watch each other, and then, yeah, again, Perth being pretty small, you kind of just cross paths and you kind of
Yeah.
get to know them. The band Space Between had guys from 13 Circles. Scott's been in heaps of bands. So Zane. So, everyone kind of knows everyone.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, Grant from September Sun, he's a guitarist. I'm looking for a guitarist. Rest is history. And
It's pretty good how that just works like that because
Yeah.
a lot of bands just happen like that.
Yeah,
they know
absolutely.
someone, or it's just another mate, or you just hit them up and like, yeah, sure, and then you have a jam. Like,
Yeah.
You're in the band.
yeah, and that's it. That's pretty much the story. Been in a few bands, but yeah, this one is really enjoying. This one is
Yeah.
kind of like the heavy aspect that I've always kind of wanted to do. So yeah, I'm happy to be doing it with Aaron.
No, that's cool. And then, so Dylan, how did you come into the picture? Because you were in Singapore, right?
Yeah, I'm a bit of the alien in the group.
Don't say that.
Yeah, so my name's Dylan. I play drums. Hi, Ma. If you're watching, I'm sorry that I joined the band.
Your mum doesn't know you're in the band.
No, I mean, I swear I'm not gonna be a career musician.
It's just, it's a parent expectation, especially from Singapore. Like, what? You want to be a
Nah,
musician? Nah.
Anyway, yeah, actually, I came to Perth in 2020. Believe it or not, to train to be a pilot.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
okay.
So I finished my training, and then I went to uni, studied aviation, finished last year, and then I kind of put myself on Facebook, put up an ad for myself, and then think a few days later, Aaron got a message from Aaron. I heard the demos. I was like, fuck, I can't do that. Especially, I didn't really play with double kicks.
Okay. Oh, so you use double kicks. That's sick.
I think this is half the problem with trying to find that drummer, because Aaron's a drummer. I don't know if they feel intimidated or, but he definitely knows his shit, so you can't kind of bluff your way through.
Yeah.
But you did great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I remember. I don't know if you remember that. I called you up,
Yes.
and I was like, "Oh, this sounds so good. I really want to do it, but I'm not sure if I can." But it's like, it's alright, man. Just try. And I told him like, just give me a month before the first rehearsal, and I was like, okay, yeah. So that happened, and then I just got more comfortable.
Yeah.
But that was end of last year, right?
Yeah, it's probably October, November.
Yeah, and then we pretty much rehearsed every week
Yeah.
for next couple of months. But
Yeah, cool.
You didn't need to worry. You're fine, dude.
Yeah.
yeah, I can play, but I guess my audio visual experience is like zilch. Because we are digital, right? I don't even know the correct term.
It's
right?
like it reminds me of like Dr. Brown, 1.21 gigawatts. So when we're talking about in-ears and stuff, he's just like,
I'm like, dude, like what? Just like,
Yeah.
I'm just okay. Just sit behind the drums. Just give me your cables. I'll plug it in and I'll play.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just
Yes.
follow the click.
it's funny, like when he joined, we bought like an EAD, which is like essentially like a little thing that sits on your drums. It's got three.
Can we
like,
try googling that? EAD?
It's a Yamaha EAD.
Man, this thing's amazing.
EAD 10.
It's got
10.
3 mics connected to a little module, and then it essentially it's like a mix-ready drums, so you can put it straight into like the digital
mixer that we use.
mixer. And then we go,
Really?
"You're in the band, man. Check this EAD." And he's like, "Thanks." What the fuck is it? But when you started using it, oh yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's a EAD Delta.
EAD.
EAD audio. So
Yeah, man. Technology's great.
It'll be Yamaha EAD. If
Yamaha
you search that up, you'll see it.
Yeah, man. We're making you work today. I'm sorry. Like,
There you go.
yeah,
oh,
that's
that
it.
thing in the center. That
Honestly, and how many
thing
triggers
there.
does it have?
Yeah.
and so it's got how many mics on it? Like
No, just one thing, but I think inside that thing,
Those are the
It's like-
triggers that come
yeah.
with it, yeah.
So how many triggers?
So you can actually have up to 5, I think, but we're just doing kick and snare, so you get your own kind of kick
Yeah.
and snare.
just basically to hear myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
but it's got a
awesome, though.
compressor and a reverb. So, like, if you're wanting to do some decent recordings with drums,
yeah.
fuck, man, it's killer.
Yeah, because that's the thing about it. It's like I was saying before, how we wanted to do that thing over there, and it's like we tried to kit up a drum kit, and I was like, how do you do this?
Yeah.
Like
Dude,
5 mics everywhere.
Honestly, if you
Like-
just get a drum, fuck, man, we'll lend you that. You'll be like, "Look, this is it. This is all I'm gonna do," and it'll be kind of, you'll cut your work
I
half
think we
in
need to put that in
time.
the shopping list.
Yeah, man.
Potentially.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a Timmy version of that one. Man.
That's it. I think the Yamaha version.
And if there is, you
Or
may want
equivalent.
to avoid it.
Not a team version.
But
then-
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, but how long have you been playing the drums for then?
Since I was maybe 7, so it's about 22 years.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's alright.
Pretty much I was never a scene kid. So
Shots fired straight over.
This game is
Just
Down,
slip it in
yeah, you
there.
got down on the same kids.
By the way,
no,
I wasn't
no,
a scene
just-
kid. I just want to tell you.
no, I never had a phase, if it is a phase. Maybe it's yeah, I guess I got a lot of my music influence from my eldest brother, Sean. He's also a muso in Singapore. Yeah, so when I was like 6, 7, every day in the house can hear like POD, Korn, Slipknot, Rammstein, stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And then when I was a teen, just played GTA San Andreas
Yeah.
a lot on the radio. It's all
Good soundtrack.
yeah.
They've
And
always
then-
had good soundtracks.
And then Guitar Hero, the game, and
Yeah,
Rock
yeah.
Band, yeah.
The Rock Band and Guitar Hero, they were incredible. I grew up in Bustleton, so when that came out, I was just invite mates over and we just always play Guitar Hero. Always, or DJ Hero as well.
It was funny when it came out, like the whole Guitar Hero, because like it kind of caught on, and then people were like, "Oh, we're just hanging out having like a Guitar Hero, like not party or anything, but like, what the fuck? You don't want to go to like a pub? No, we're just gonna get shit faced and play Guitar Hero. And
At your mate's
what the
place.
fuck?
That's
And then
it.
all your mates would just like rag shit on it. They'd
Yeah.
come over and play it, and they'd be like, "Oh man, next time we're
this
going
is
to play
sick.
Guitar
Yeah,
Hero."
we're gonna do- I used to do it with Tekken as well, like Street
Oh,
Fighter.
yeah, nice.
So just invite mates over, and then if you lose, you drink your beer.
yeah.
So you get smashed playing it. But that's like, that was so good for kids our age, honestly. When Guitar
Absolutely.
Hero was coming out, 1, 2, 3, and 4, maybe, if they did that. But it's just like, you got to play with all the classic tracks,
Yeah.
all the bangers, absolute bangers.
That Tony Hawk's
Yeah.
as well. I
Tony
think we're
Hawk's,
just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that just pushed rock, and then I guess like now you're like, well, what's the catalyst for the kids?
Yeah.
Today you're like,
It's a bit sad to say as well. Like, I say this, and this is what I believe, and I'm pretty sure I found the statistic for it a long time ago. But before 2012, the biggest export out of America was country music. Then after 2012, it was all hip hop and R&B, and that's where it's like it's just going down that pathway. I feel like live music is on its way out, but it's not on its way out. There's always going to be a place for it. But it's like when you look at all the venues that are closing around Perth and how Australia's struggling to pay artists and everything else that's going along with it. It's
well,
just,
I think it's like it might flip because you've
I
got
hope so.
AR that's creating all this music, and we're like, oh fuck, what can we do that they can't do? We can play some live music.
that's very true. I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's get back to it anyway. So GlassCastles. So it was your project then, Aaron.
Yes.
And then how did it all come about? Like,
Yeah. So like Grant was saying, I think we all were kind of connected by we liked heavier stuff.
Yep.
And I was playing drums with Scott, who's not here today, but he had another
Love you, Scotty.
band. Yeah.
He's my boy.
But yeah, it's kind of, I guess, it was something in the back of my mind where I was like, I want to start this thing. I want it to be heavy, but be kind of unique with electronic influences in there and stuff as well. So it's kind of something I was working on. And when we started it, it was very different to what it sounds like now.
Yeah, I think Aaron and I, we kind of got together and we always had a bit of a plan of what we wanted it to sound like. We start off with 6 strings and we're like, yeah, we want to put some electronic elements to it. We try to find like a keyboard kind of like sample type person, and we never kind of found the right thing. And then I think Aaron's like, fuck this, I'm just going to do it myself. And then we just kind of learnt. We start off with analog. So he came in, he was all freaking out because we're digital, but we started with analog. Then we did our mic amps and we did that little blender.
Yeah.
And then we were kind of like drop C tuning, and then things kind of evolved after the conversations.
Yeah.
Aaron and I think we kind of really had a game plan of what the sound was. And it actually took a little while to kind of dig out that kind of sound.
Definitely.
Yeah, so maybe you want to talk about that.
I think COVID obviously sucked that whole period of time.
Yeah.
But it
stopped
did
everything.
Yeah, it did kind of give us just time to not be stressing about rehearsing every week. We just had time away for 3 months or however long it was. And that was just after I switched to vocals as well. So I was working with my vocal coach. Shout out to Kane. He's a wicked, I owe a lot to him, but it was kind of to get the technique down and stuff so I can do what I'm doing for the long term and obviously build on that. But just having that period of time, I think, was really helpful as
upskilling.
Yeah.
I think he learned a lot on, well, we've done a lot of mixing and mastering and just working on that. He worked on a lot of producing, finding out what sounds work.
Synths and beats
that stuff,
and all of that sort of side of it. It just gave me time to
Just experiment.
immerse into that. I was finishing my postgrad at the time, so I was only like, I had prac and a couple of units, so I had a lot of time to just sit there and do it. And when we came back, it was a very different sound than the 3 months before that. And we kind of knew, like, Grant was like, I'm going to get a 7-string so we can get to that tuning that we want. Scott did the same.
And we moved to digital.
Yeah, we started to, because I had synth backing tracks that we wanted to have in the song, so it was like, we need to start moving into having like a in-ear monitoring setup so we can hear the click and play along to these.
And just going digital, I guess, just the flexibility of having a lot of sounds, the tight gated kind of, sound that we're looking for.
No feedback from amps in the room.
Yeah, so we've gone from like Marshalls,
Mm.
JSM800s and Freemans to kind of like this super gated. But I think we talked about that and I'm like, well, how are we going to get there? So we had a bit of a game plan on how we're going to kind of work out the sound.
Because it's very expensive, isn't it? It's like when you go and buy amps, you buy, you know, new guitars, you buy this, you buy that, you buy equipment. It just all adds up. But it's for the passion. It's all for it. And if you want to
gas, man.
That's it.
Gear acquisition syndrome. You just want more stuff.
That's
and then,
very interesting.
Well, you've never heard of gas?
No, I think I've got it though. I just want to keep getting more and more. When you look at this room, you're like, I need more stuff.
That's just this isn't that like the musicians kind of like producer curse. It's just you have your finger on the pulse. You go, what's new?
That's it. Yeah.
And you trade up. That's just Perth, man.
That is.
You look at the site, like just the Perth. For sales, there's always like so many things just turning around. It's cool.
Yep.
I swear, Scotty, like our guitarist, fuck man, he brought all these guitars in, and any Reverend in Perth, guaranteed it's been Scott's, because he's just like upgrade, trade, upgrade. So any single time I see a Reverend, I'm like, that's one of Scott's old guitars.
A Reverend? So Reverend guitar.
Reverend guitars.
Can we Google that as well?
I think I reckon I swear he had like some sort of like commission from Reverend. Any Reverend you see in a Perth scene, that's Scott, man.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
He's a bit of a gearhead. So he did a lot of
that blue one in the second row. So that one there, I'm pretty sure he looks like, maybe without the cutaway, but he had one that colour.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's had millions of guitars.
Yeah.
I've stopped counting after 20.
That's pretty funny though. Just to keep getting more and more equipment and trading it in, then getting new equipment and trading in.
Oh, that's just what you do.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Sorry, man, I'm like
No.
hijacking. You're talking about this passionate.
So what kits do you guys play on? So then Scott plays on a Reverend.
No. So he
this is
did.
back in the day.
This is when I was playing drums in his sort of folk, dark folk sort of band.
Yep.
With this one, so Scott's
I can give a rundown of his gear.
Yeah,
this is like a gear channel. So he's playing an ESP E2 7-string.
E2. Can we?
It's like a Telecaster shape, very similar to like the North Lane kind of signature guitar. He's going through an Axe FX Fractal, which is kind of like just for the genre, I guess.
So so he's playing on that at the moment.
The E2.
Which one's that?
Instead of E2, actually put in like E and then II. I think that would come up.
And then Telecaster.
Why is it not coming up?
You have to write Telecaster.
Telecaster, yeah.
Right, Telly. You must feel like under pressure, like, dude, get the fucking photo, man. I'd say, look, it's not pretty. It's pretty close to that black one up there.
Okay.
Anyway, he plays that through a Fractal. Fractal is kind of like industry standard, I guess, at this point.
Fractal? Okay.
Yeah, Axe FX by Fractal, Axe FX 3.
Yeah.
I'm playing I played Ormsby first, which is a Perth, like Perry Ormsby. He's a guitar builder in Perth.
Okay.
Big him up. He does some really cool guitars.
Can we Google that? So he's a local guitar maker.
Oh yeah, man. He's like,
he's quite big, or?
oh, he's like world tour guitars built in Perth.
Wow. Okay.
Ormsby guitars.
How do you spell it? Sorry.
ORMSBY. Perry Ormsby
guitars.
So this is a Perth guy.
Damn.
This is I'll take his word for it. I don't know if this is true, so they might be able to shoot me later. But he's essentially created, designed a multi-scale guitar. If you look on a guitar, the frets aren't straight. If you look at tiers from one to the other. So if you zoom in on one of those, just click any guitar, like that Shark one down the bottom, the red one.
Oh.
No, that's the only one that's not.
That's a bass.
See this red one down here? Yep, there. So if you have a look at the frets, it kind of goes this way and that way. Now, every single modern guitar has that, but he was pushing that fucking like 20 years ago, I reckon. He's like, yeah, and it helps with, tension and the low tuning and stuff. So I had an Ormsby guitar first, and then I'll go into a solo guitar. I'll run through a GT1000, a Tonex for some tones. But yeah, he's a really big, great guitar builder.
That's his guitar, right?
Oh yeah, that's his guitar. But that's
his guitar.
That's another cool Perth. Maybe you should get him on the podcast, man. So he's
100%.
he's fucking busy though.
Close the cameras. So that's...
That's Scotty's guitar. What? Technical guys. But yeah, he's definitely well renowned now, and he definitely does like the guitar shows like NAMM. But yeah,
No, very cool then.
so yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah,
Like,
supporting locals, and like if he sells all around the world, that's amazing.
yeah, I remember he was there. Oh, wait, there's an episode of him on Shark Tank.
Okay. Yeah.
So you know the show Shark Tank when they make that pitch.
Yeah.
So essentially, he made that pitch, and then I was like, "Yeah, man, this guy's fucking sick." And then he's like, "Nah," and he did his own thing. He's quite successful now. Yeah. So
Wow. Okay then.
I'm bigging up Perry, which maybe she just pick up that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just cool to see someone from Perth who makes guitars, and just go, "Yeah, this is what I do."
That's incredible though.
Yeah.
So
So,
this
just go halfway through. And
Yeah.
It'll just show you what he does. Yeah. I think they're all jumping at it. Whether it was like a play on him to just go, get my
No,
name
so
out
that's-
there. That's clever.
That's what's so interesting. So we had a guy called Mike Naya on. Have you guys ever heard of Mike at all?
No.
I've seen him pop up on Facebook.
Yeah, so he plays a lot of amplifier and stuff around the place, and like the Gate and Coburn and stuff.
Sure.
He's like a presenter and everything, but he was on Shark Tank because he actually made a guitar strap that actually had pockets on the guitar strap, so you keep extra picks, strings, everything in that.
Clever.
So when you go on stage, you've got an all-in-one, like even the tools and everything.
Yeah.
So that way you can just go on stage and, oh shit, my string's broken, and just quickly just do it right then and there.
Yeah.
But then he was telling me that with Shark Tank, it's all a big rort.
Ah.
Because what was happening is he went on there and they were interested, but then the way they cut it, and then at the end they weren't interested.
Okay.
But then at the same time, it's like they've gone in there and they've been like, no, this is a great idea. This will probably sell. It costs you nothing. This is,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. But then they've kind of gone, well, for TV though, we have to make it look appealing.
It's
But then-
it's not exactly reality. It's all.
that's it.
Yeah, they wanna
But
get
then,
that
as you
story
said,
across.
it's like, so he was quite successful through this then, right?
No, he's already successful beforehand because
Ah,
he was
yes.
giving his figures, and then I think they were throwing out some pretty ordinary offers, and I think
Yeah.
he just went, "Nah, I'm doing all right by myself."
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, see, that's it with Mike. It's like that guitar strap that did really well, and it's like just they didn't sign on the deal or do their thing with Shark Tank or whatever happened. And it was like, yeah, and it just worked out. Yeah,
Shame.
It's TV show, right?
Man, it's ratings.
So then, how often do you guys practice and rehearse and do stuff?
Yeah. Well, we were rehearsing pretty much every week initially, especially when Dylan joined us as well, just to kind of get everyone
Yeah, up to scratch.
in sync. And I think now we still aim to rehearse every week if we can, but yeah, after a gig or something, we might say, hey, let's take a week off.
Yeah,
and
that's
just-
fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think initially it was for me to get used to the songs and everything.
Yeah.
And then obviously we had our first gig, but as I think the second week I joined, Grant mentioned like, we come together once a week, jam. Kind of like a, what do you call it? Is it called men's shed or something?
Oh, mention.
Oh,
I mean, we could,
It's like a joke. It's called like the men's book club where they come and they just jam once a week.
Men's book club.
It's a men's book club. You come
makes
in.
sense, yeah.
Well, I think it's like just blokes in general. Like I've been in lots of bands, and that's the only time they get to vote to like vent to other guys. Like, fuck, I've had a shit week.
Oh,
so
so-
it's just kind of like it's like an in joke. It's just like
Okay.
guys, I suppose if they're like with families and stuff, it's like nice to just come in once a week, talk to other blokes. Oh, how's your week been? Rah, rah, rah. Have an event, make some fucking noise.
Yep.
And it's just the blokes book club. It's just
That's
it's
it.
just like a stupid joke.
especially Grant. Like I think every other week is like, hey, how you doing? And then it's like, hey, you look like you need a hug. Come, give me a hug.
I'm a bit but at the same time, I do that. But I'm a bit of a shit stirrer too. But it's nice to have someone to come in and check in with you.
Yeah, of
because
course. Yeah.
even our music, we talk a lot about mental health and things like that. And I think, if you're not going to change, then who's going to do it? So
It's important, that's
Yeah.
it. It's very important to always talk about mental health and what's going on, and
Yeah.
like even doing it through music and everything like that. It's just to look out for each other.
Yeah.
You gotta, because you
Absolutely.
don't know
So
what's going on.
When we jam once a week, for me, it's not like a chore. It's like this is like a nice time just a cut off.
Oh yeah, because
jam
you don't have to
into
set
that
up the drums.
zone.
That's why.
Oh yeah.
That's why.
It took him a while to get used to it. I think in Singapore it's like you go to a studio and set up. He's
Yeah.
like, fuck man, nah, in Perth everyone just drives and you gotta set up
Gotta
the
drive,
drums.
bring my own kit. No, but it's fine. It's all right.
And
Yeah.
meanwhile we're like, we've gone digital, man. I'm just bringing my guitar and my pedals. Boom.
Yeah.
But
That's fair.
yeah,
Nice.
I don't know. I think all musos, I think that's really important. Like a lot of bands I've been to, like sometimes it's like, you know, the pressures of being like a dad or whatever. Like you got your family, and then you can kind of come in and go, "Oh, how you been?" "Oh, yeah, been all right." Have a bit of a chat. Good times.
Yeah, especially you and Scott, because of work. You guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So both Scott and I, we're primary school teachers.
Oh, okay.
I'm a music teacher. You know, these kids, you know, you can have a good day, you can have great days, and you can have some pretty challenging days.
Yep.
And I think Scott and I, we understand teaching, so we just go, you know, we have a bit of an event, feel good. We know what we're going through. We're in the trenches together.
That's it. Yeah.
But I do music, man. I think it's great. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoy my job legitimately. But of course, you're going to have these days. So, yeah, it's nice to kind of come in and go, how's your week been?
Yeah.
Check in.
And what's up? And you know,
Yeah.
how's everything? Catch up and just have a good time, right? And just enjoy each other's company. It's the way to do it. But then with that, like, so with the jamming, then how many? Because you've got 2 songs on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
But then how many have you got in the catalog?
Quite a lot.
Quite a lot?
So we could cover up to like a 50-minute set pretty
Wow,
much.
okay.
But obviously most sets are 30 minutes, which
Yeah.
is good. So we've got our set that we run through every week.
Yep.
Just to kind of make sure that's nice and tight, fine tune what we need to, and then we'll look at bringing in a couple, maybe swapping out a song for one that we haven't done yet live. So we've probably got about 11 songs.
Look, we've got a lot. We actually jammed, I think, again, this is something I'm always kind of hijacking, but Aaron and I kind of talked about, especially in Perth being very, very small, you kind of got only a couple of chances to impress. And we kind of made the decision. I said, look, I don't want to go through the growing pains in Perth, because Perth will go, oh, okay, I've seen that band. You're like, no, we're changing. So we actually spend a lot of time going from analog to digital, getting our songs. So we've been jamming for quite a number of years, to the point where, like, is this kind of band ever going to get going? But once we did, we kind of have a lot to go on. We got our click track, we got our samples, we got our gear. We're not here to fuck about. And then I think we've made fairly good progress in only the short amount of time.
pretty
we've done
crazy,
I think we've done pretty
'Cause we
well.
got-
But we've been
That's
in
a good way to do
we've been
it.
in bands recently. Previously. And, you know, I've been gigging with this one band for 5 years, and you change a lot within that time.
Yeah.
But if you still got the same name and you've developed, a lot of people, I suppose, in Perth, they go, well, I've heard of that band. So we're just going, no, we'll come out when we're ready and, you know, we're comfortable. So I think that's quite interesting that we took that approach.
It's good though, in a way, because it's actually, you get the catalogue behind you and you get tight as a band.
Yeah.
And then when you go up there, you just rock stars.
Yeah.
That is a good way to do it.
And it was quite interesting. We did our first gig, and they're like, "Hey, I haven't heard of you guys." I'm like, "Yeah, this is our first gig," and they're like, "It's funny." I'm like, "No, it's our fucking first gig." And people just went, "Oh, okay. You look like you've been playing for a while." So
Nah, it's-
that was pretty good feedback. I
Where
guess.
was that? Like, where was your first
Our
gig?
first gig we played at there's a heavy event called Demon Cleaner that runs every couple of months at the
Demon Cleaner.
at Milk Bar.
Okay. Can we Google that? That sounds awesome. 'Cause
Yeah.
Milk Bar is the Civic Hotel. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good setup.
And then
Yeah.
we got Amplifier a second show. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
So we got to give a huge shout out to Dying Degree, because the singer
Yeah,
from
man.
Dying Degree will actually be. We can talk about it in a sec if you like. We'll actually be playing a gig with them this weekend at Amplifier.
Okay.
But they
Saw us that first show.
they played with us at our first show at the Demon Cleaner event, which was in June. I think it was volume 7 of Demon Cleaner. But they saw us.
Yeah, because they've put up Demon Cleaner Volume 5. That's from 2023.
Yeah, I think it was volume 7 that we were
Volume
on.
14. How many of that?
Oh, was it volume 12? Possibly, maybe.
It's got to be hard to remember that.
Yeah.
Could have been volume 12, possibly. That wasn't it. That's from
Yeah,
last
so the
year.
guys
Would
from
have been-
Dying Degree, they saw us.
gave us a good shout out.
Yeah.
And then we played a support for Crailbone at Amplifier Bar.
Okay.
And the manager, that was it. That was the one that we played at. So the singer from Dying Degree put in a pretty sick word for us, because he knows Ben from Amplifier Bar, who ran like Last Night and
yes,
Snap and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben, yeah.
So he actually popped in to check out our set.
fair show.
Yeah, there you go. We should play a bit of the audio, actually, if we can. That'd be awesome.
Oh man.
So,
Unmute the mixing desk
nah,
as well.
it's okay. But I think Aaron's gone to the point of like, we play to a click track, but now he's got visuals, so he's like, man, you gotta check this shit out now.
So there's no visuals here.
This is
But-
fair show.
Yeah.
This
we
could go for a minute, man. It's pretty
Sweet.
ambient. You should just stand ahead of the
give a head, yeah.
Oh, look at you.
That's so cringe.
Ah, that's cool as fuck.
Go to the end. I think that's when most people get into it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
turn my stuff down.
There you go.
There you go.
People going, oh, these guys are not half bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
it's Jasper taking some photos.
There you
Shout
are.
out, man.
That's me in the corner.
Actually, I must give you a shout out. You're a good egg, man, because... Oh, there's Aaron doing his brews. Wait for the breakdown.
So what song is this?
This isn't on Spotify. This is a song called Haunted. It's
Haunted.
right in the middle of our set.
What's the song about?
Haunted is about... I guess it's kind of about taking things for granted where someone is in pain and you don't notice it, whether it's about a person or how we just take the world for granted, the environment we're on and stuff like that. So I think the lyrics of the chorus is will we ever see as our lives now slip away.
So this is the next song then?
No, this is the chorus of that song.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
how you guys like had the break and you pressed a few pedals like, oh, what?
Oh, man, first kick Judas. No, so, yeah, well, we're...
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though. That's really cool. So it was a good turnout and like... That girl there's having fun. You can tell. She's full on rocking out. It's one of your misses or something, right?
No, I wasn't.
Just some rando.
No, she's pretty cool. They come to all the gigs. They're at amps and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really good though. So have you guys got a little bit of a fan base then, kind of, because they're coming to
Well,
amps.
so what was that? That was 4 months ago. So yeah, we just kind of we're fairly new, but from the feedback we're getting,
It's pretty good, right?
hopefully, you don't know, man. People will be like, "Man, sick shit. Love your set, man. You guys were killer," and then it's just like, whatever.
But we did get asked to play the Parkway Drive pre-party,
There
which
you
was
go.
a couple of weeks ago. So that was pretty wicked.
That's really cool, actually.
So that was why I feel like, you know, we gave a
Doing
massive
something right, yeah.
shout out to Dying Degree, because
Yeah.
the word they put in with Benny from OSnap at Amplifier, like he caught our set and then he kind of said, hey, what have you got on? I might have something for you. And it turned out being a Parkway pre-party.
We thought we're like, you guys are joking. We'll believe it when it happens. And he did. He just caught. Then I couldn't play it, so we got a backup guitarist in like 1 month. He learned the stuff. Shout out Brian.
Yeah.
Good guy.
What did you have on? Just like
Oh,
was
so I
overseas.
planned to go on holiday in Singapore, and they're like, yeah, dude, it's going to be a sick show. And I'm like, you guys should fucking do it. And they're like, we'll find a guy. He just like, yeah, I'll end the set. Had a month. They played it. Good on you.
yeah, that's
It was pretty wicked. That was a cool show. There's some photos on our Insta page and stuff of the show, but yeah, we opened the night. Benny said he had really good feedback and he invited us back to play this weekend at, if you guys remember Last Night, the event.
Yeah, because that's the reunion, right?
The reunion parties this
can we pull up
weekend.
that event, if that's good. The Last Night on Facebook.
Yeah, it's the Emu show, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're gonna sing.
Okay. So Aaron was trying to promote this, and for some reason he was saying emo fine. I'm like, okay, let's record it. And of course he kept saying emu, and then got in his head, and then took us a little while to
Get out of that.
get the recording down. Yeah, so this is the
10-year
Yeah, this is us.
anniversary.
Yeah.
10-year reunion coming up.
Photos of you.
Of us?
Yeah.
maybe at our Insta.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you pop over to Insta,
And then... Yeah, no, that's right. Yep.
Oh,
Yep, and then just cut, yeah.
pop up GlassCastles AU. There we are.
And, yeah, very
And
cool, sweet.
there's so that's from the Parkway pre-party. That set of
That's
photos
cool.
there.
That's a good photo.
And Aaron, this guy here, he's done all the audio visual for all the for the set now. So like, there's lyrics, there's big like.
That's sick.
He's doing some good work.
Patient 67 with a headliner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was.
So, didn't you say at the beginning, so your mum doesn't know you're in a band?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So, look at that photo. You're rocking out.
No, my parents know. It's just I don't know. Not big fans of it, but
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's cool, though.
So that one with Elmo was me messing up the promo that we were doing
Oh,
for
yeah,
this
play
weekend.
that. Crank that.
That was the.
The Elmo one, yeah.
Yeah, this is. We did one.
Hey guys, Flying Grave as well as a special evening.
I meant to say emo, but I said emu for some reason.
But you said Amy like 5 times.
Yeah, but that was the first
This is where
one.
the Amy comes into it.
Because yeah, there's going to be a emo tribute act which has heaps of bands. It's a combination of members from heaps of bands from the last 9 days, like
Yep.
Finders and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So-
that's cool that they do that.
Yeah.
Bit of a throwback.
So that'll be a lot of fun.
You don't have to keep watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you've embarrassed Aaron enough already.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so as I say, I was going to give a shout out to Jasper, your boy there. So he
Yeah.
he helps out at Vision, and it was quite
Sorry,
interesting
helps
because
I'm sorry, helps out.
he fucking runs that motherfucker. Okay, so he runs that motherfucker.
Thank you.
He owns it. No, he doesn't own it.
No, I don't
Anyway,
know.
he pretty much runs that mofo, and it's interesting because we've been to a lot of hen house, we've been to Visions, we've been to a lot of studios, and when you go, oh yeah, I'll come to the gig, you're like, motherfucker, he's not coming to the gig. There is like how many bands that go there on a regular basis?
We get about 10 to 14 a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's probably sick of just like Perth bands in general, and so he goes. Yeah. So how many weeks? So what's that?
How many? Okay, so for context, I work at the recording studio or the rehearsal studio that these guys jam at. So a week. Is that a week? So to be fair, weekends are a little bit quieter. So round it down to, is that like 60 a week?
Yeah. So out of 60 bands, like, I'm imagining he would just listen to just like Must Hate Musos for a start, because like
He is a muso.
no, but you know what I'm talking about. Musos are just like, oh man, like, can we pay you in guitar strings? So we invite him down, and he actually fucking came, and I was just like, oh, you're a good guy. Because I don't know, man. If you saw 60 bands, I'd imagine they'd be like, yeah, come down for our show. You probably get invites for all the time, and you'd be like,
Yeah, all the time.
You actually,
All the time.
You came down, and you're a man you were, and I was like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool. So I appreciate it, man.
You guys are one of my favorite bands. I shouldn't say off the record.
Is that,
Means a lot to us.
That
he
rehearsal
tells me
bit.
the real reason
Yeah,
is because we're not dicks.
yeah. You're not dicks who steal all my XLRs like Patient 67 do.
Oh, really?
That's fine.
Hang on. 67, all right. Spill.
Yeah, spill the deal. How many XLRs do they steal?
Well, throughout,
Oh, Patient 67, we love you, man. You guys sound sick.
yeah, love you, Patient
This is
67. Love you,
this
Tom.
is
So currently they have one of ours.
Okay.
And every
Just one, yeah. It's
just at the minute,
just one.
and
You
they
got some secret engravings on it to like prove that they sell it.
It's like UV light. It's
Yeah,
like green back.
Just was yeah.
What could you-
49. It's like shit.
67.
Anyway,
Yeah. So I have like at least like twice a month. They will steal something.
Can we get him on here?
Yeah, we can get them. I'll interrogate them.
That would be great. That'd
Yeah.
be so funny. We're like, just have an episode about like how many XLRs have you nicked from Jasper?
One time they sent me a message, or they came to pay, and they were like, hey, I'm sorry we stole your XLRs. I put them back in the room. I was like, thank you, for God's sakes. So
Actually
I was like,
apologise, yeah.
thank you. And then I went
That's
back
good.
into the room, and they weren't even our XLRs. They were theirs. And so not only do I have 2 less XLRs, I've got 2 XLRs that aren't ours that I have to account for and bag, put in our lost and found. And I was just... Patient 67, I love you. So, great music. They're geniuses, but geniuses come at a cost.
yeah, those guys are they're legit.
Nah.
No, they're good.
Legit, yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
Patient 67, you gotta come on the podcast.
Yeah,
now,
100%. If you guys are watching,
Bring your XLRs. No.
Please.
have an XLR.
You could just
episode.
like, just give them a false sense of security. Oh, we're going to talk about this. Then like, first question. All right, so where's these fucking XLRs?
Probably. Like, it'd be hilarious. It'd be like 5-minute countdown. And it's like, hey guys.
Sure.
All right, back down.
Jasper comes out of the
We're live on
closet. He just
camera.
opens the door, and he's just like, right.
No, what we should do is you should
Like
just like
some sort of
walk in.
sting. Yeah, it's a sting.
As soon as
It's a
we go
sting
live, it's like,
operation.
all right, guys, we're live, and Jasper slowly walks in and like camera on, arms on fucking hips, like,
Like,
where are my cables?
You're like disappointed dad, like, patient.
You sure they're there? They better be there. But yeah, so you got a
Yeah.
gig coming up this weekend, then?
Yeah, Saturday night, Amplifier Bar. There's link to tickets if anyone's still wanting tickets. They're still available. You can find them in our bio on Instagram, or if Last Night Perth as well. OSnap, links are everywhere. So
Yeah, and Aaron's designed this new shirt. He's very happy with it.
Oh, so
I
it's the
think.
new.
This is
new
this
shirt.
is Aaron.
I thought you were saying that's the first shirt.
Yeah.
yes,
this is-
It's the first, but the new
it is
shirt.
the new.
That's awesome then.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's
got an
established
eye.
2024, yeah.
Yeah, man. So Aaron, like, would be nothing without Aaron. So I got to give him some like big props, man. He's like was the drummer, writes the songs, does the videos, does the production. He's a graphic designer. Look at this shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
he's running the show, man. So if anyone should get props for GlassCastles, it's the boy right here.
That's really cool that you got merch. That's really cool. 'cause
We're working on
nothing-
a new design as well at the moment, but yeah, it's probably,
Nothing is more awesome than you play a gig and then people are like, I gotta get that shirt, I gotta get that merch. It's a sick design, and then people,
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, people are like, oh, I don't even know the band, but like, I like the design, so I'll
Yeah.
rock that. And I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
that's it.
You're
And
doing
then if you
something
walk in the streets and you see someone wearing your shirt, how amazing would that be? Like,
be pretty sick.
Yeah.
There's someone at Amps in the photos, like wearing the shed in the photo, but it was so funny because I told her on the night she was wearing it backwards, but she liked the design so much that she wanted it to be on the front. So it's like, hey, you can wear it however you want. We're just glad that
Yeah.
you're wearing it. Appreciate the support. It's awesome.
yeah.
no, that's fair then. That's fair. So
Yeah.
with your music, can we dive into the 2 songs you got on Spotify, if that's cool?
Yeah, for sure.
And then so do you have any other songs we can play as well at all? Or are they
Do you
all
know
hidden
Aston,
away?
man? It's short, it's sweet, it's to
That's
the
on
point.
Spotify.
Yeah,
but
I didn't see that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The stuff I've got on my phone is like it doesn't have vocals over it and stuff.
That's fair, So there's still demos and work.
Yeah, we should be working on New Horizon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's like looking at me now.
Yeah, because we've been having gigs like one
Yeah.
after the other. Like this gig this weekend, we only got it like a few days ago.
After the Parkway show, 2
Yeah.
days later, Benny was like, "Hey, what have you guys got 12th of October? Do you want to play at the 10-year reunion?" I was like, "Sweet."
Yeah, so we're planning great. Okay, we've got 2 songs. We'll do one show, and then we'll start recording some other ones. But then we started getting offers some decent shows, and Amplifier, like, my other band had to wait a couple of years just to play an Amplifier show. So we're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Second, that's a bit of a tip of the cap. So
Yeah.
we're like, yeah, let's just do that. And then more gigs come in. So we're like, okay, let's see the gigs.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
It's fun.
But it just sucks there's like Badlands bars going down.
Oh,
yeah.
I loved Badlands. I reckon one of our favourite shows that September Sun played was Badlands.
Yeah. It was just such a good venue because
Yeah.
like we've got Amplifier, but like where else can bands really play? Rosemount.
Rosemount, yeah.
Like there's a few different places. Lyrics Lane as well. That's not a bad place. Have you guys been there at all?
No.
So it's downstairs. So going downstairs, it's in a basement, but the
Yep.
basement's like fully sound deadened.
Sick.
And it's like the size of Amplifier as well.
Whereabouts?
So it's just up in Maylands. Can we
Oh, really?
Lyrics Lane. Up in Maylands.
Whereabouts in Maylands?
Just up the road. Let's pull it up. So there's Lyrics Lane and Lyrics Lounge.
Cool.
Yeah, check this place out. Definitely check it out because they've got like hardcore bands and all sorts there, and also like any kind of band.
Yeah, again, we're still kind of getting back into the scene to
That's
know
it,
where
yeah.
the venues and stuff are. So definitely show my age and be like, oh yeah, this venue. I'm like, yeah, that closed down ages ago, and it's been like 3 different names.
What happens, right? Yeah, it's literally just up the road. So you just
Lyric
Guildford Road.
just off Guildford Road.
Yeah.
I had a funny story. Back in the punk days, it was a place called 288,
Okay.
which is a guy's. It was literally just the number of his street, but because it was in Maylands, right along the train line, it was like fucking dead. And he used to have the most crazy punk shows. Like legit, international guys would come in, stay at his house, and literally the whole room, his whole lounge room was like 2-story, like it was like double story, but there was just people jumping off the top story into like pits, and it used to just be called the 208, and it was just like this punk fucking group, and it was pretty much just right next to the railway, so you can make as much fucking noise as you want.
That's cool.
And literally the house was just essentially a venue. Very punk, very DIY. I mean, this is going back like 20 years, man. It was called like the 208. So,
Very cool though.
just shout out to my old punk boys.
Yeah. But that's the way it used to be in a way, right? It's like just similar minds, and you'll just like crash on each other's couches or sleep on the floor or whatever, and just rock out and have a good time and do this and do that.
Do you find, I suppose you've got your finger on the pulse more, do you find that venues are finding it hard with noise levels and all that type of stuff? And
So
how you find it? You're in a different scene, obviously.
yeah,
How
the
you
DJ
find it?
scene. So it sucks. It sucks big time because the best way to describe it is that. So my uncle used to own the Flying Scotsman, right?
Great spot.
It was the
We're
best.
reminiscent about that. I was down there going,
And so with the Flying Scotsman, you had the Velvet Lounge, the band room, right?
played there.
That's it. The
Good spot.
Velvet Lounge was incredible.
Yeah.
But then all that happened was that a couple moved in down the road.
Yep.
So they moved in. They didn't buy a house or build or do this or do that. They just moved in renting. But then they complained to the council saying it was too loud because the drums were too loud.
Yeah.
So then they actually went out of their way, got a noise decibel reader.
Oh, God.
Buy them. They bought it themselves, or they got it from the council. Whatever happened, right? But they go out on their balcony and they do the noise decibels from there.
Yeah.
So then that's not fair because you can barely hear it inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because you're outside, you can hear it. But you move next to a pub that's been there for 30 years.
Yeah. And I know the Rosemount even had the similar things.
Yeah,
When they
that's
got
it.
The Palmer's like, yeah, after 12 o'clock, you're like, fucking shh.
Yeah.
Shh.
And it's terrible,
It's crazy.
right?
It's really.
Yeah.
I know we
But
sound like
isn't
a
it
bunch
silly?
of whingers, but.
Yeah.
Like, these venues have been around, the Flying Scots have been around for fucking ever, Rosemount have been around for fucking ever. Okay, yeah, we're going to build in this area where there's a bar,
And a pub and
and
everything
then,
else.
hang on a second, there's fucking live music out
Yeah.
Who
there.
would've
Heaven
thought?
forbid. Yeah. Jesus.
Let's see, something interesting to look at, right? Can you guys look up Raffles Tower wins court case over audio?
Raffles.
So this is really interesting, right? So Raffles actually has, like down at Applecross, Raffles Tower,
Yep.
it has the first beer garden in Australia ever made.
Okay.
So it's been there since like the 60s, 50s, 40s, whatever it was, right?
Yep.
So yeah, there we go. Dismisses neighbour noise complaints. So literally at Raffles, one of the guys living in that tower kept complaining about the noise. Kept complaining because he moved next door to a busy pub. So he kept whinging, kept complaining. He had lots of money, Mercedes-Benz, this, that, all sorts of shit. But then he kept taking him to court, right? And then said, look. So this is the funny part. So he's a fifth floor resident, right?
Yeah.
And so he kept complaining, right? But then, where is it? I later regretted one incident was that he threw tomato and a water bottle at people in the beer garden, right?
Grow up.
And then there was another incident where, whatever was going on, yeah. But the thing is, he lost the argument. He lost the case. And with him losing that case, that was a win for nightlife in Western Australia.
Yeah.
So hopefully set precedent.
Set precedent. Then it's like, who cares how much money you make? First of all, you threw a tomato at someone. Second of all, you live next to a bar.
Yeah.
It is so sad.
I can
it's
imagine
so
it
silly.
hard to, like, if people have got the time to kind of just tie up as a business owner,
Yeah.
trying to promote, like, fucking live music is hard enough.
Yeah.
Because, you know, just to get punters down.
Yeah. But it's like what Jasper said. It's like, how many bands? 60 a week, right? Yeah, but then how do you fit 60 bands in 4 venues? 5 venues?
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah. And it sucks because, like, you can rotate them through.
Of course.
But then it's like what you guys were saying before as well. And that's where I do believe it's like the best thing you can do is, like, practice at home, get as good as you can, get a whole catalogue. So that way every time you play a set, it's not the same things. But at the same time, then when you go and play that gig, people are like, whoa, how long have you guys been together? It was that first gig. Like, no, I don't believe you. Yeah, it's your first gig. It's the way to do it. So when it comes to venues, I mean, I would honestly say, like, Rosemount's your best bet. I would say Amplifier's your best bet. I'd say Lyric Lane is popping off. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's an old rich dude.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and so that's it. Yeah, so he's like renovated the hell out of it. It popped out of nowhere, basically.
No, what I said. Not Richard, fuck yeah.
What are you
I just meant,
implying?
you said it looks like he's there to stay.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Not
this
like,
is an old rich
capitalism.
But Fremantle as well. I would say.
Mojos and shit. Yeah,
Mojos,
like, you don't want
Norfolk
that shit
Hotel,
to come yeah.
That's like where else can you go? Civic Hotel as well.
Civic Sick.
Yeah.
Leonard's, I think. We
Yeah,
played Leonard's.
Leonard's
What was
Lounge,
it called before? I don't know.
The Boston.
The Boston, which was
Linnets
Lounge.
Linnets Lounge.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So it was.
And
called
before that,
Boston.
it used to be like, I think it was like an old soccer club, like, you know, like the Scottish, like, Rangers Celtic.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I think it was an old Celtic, like, pub where the Celtic promoters used to just go there. Because I remember when they were just changing it over, it was just like, it just doesn't even look like a band. It's just like soccer merch everywhere. So it used to be the Boston back in the day.
Yeah,
But
that would make sense. So I've heard of Boston, but I didn't know where it was. So we've only got around 15 minutes left. Can we play the music? if that's
Yeah,
all
for
cool?
sure.
Is there anything else you want to promote real quick?
Yeah, is there anything else coming up? Or?
I mean, we've got the gig this Saturday. Yeah, I'd love to see everyone there.
Yeah. We'll
this-
put the link to the tickets in the comments section as well.
awesome.
So that way
Yeah.
anyone watching, it's right there and there.
Lots of energy.
Yeah.
I'm always, this guy's running around like an idiot. I'm running around, jumping around like an absolute dickhead.
And then Dylan's just swinging his arms, right?
I mean, a lot of energy, but I think we pride ourselves on the dynamic of the whole show, right?
Yeah.
Each
But-
song, yes, the whole show, yeah.
But you're putting on a performance, so like you want to have something
to
to
be an
watch. Like,
experience.
we look like we're enjoying ourselves. You're not just being all serious, like, fucking tunes. You can't take yourself too seriously. So yeah, if you guys are keen to see some energetic bands,
Definitely, it's going to be
come
a
down.
fun night. It's last night, 10-year reunion. We've
Yeah.
all had hungover Fridays from last night back in the day. So
That's it. We all have.
yeah,
What time slot are you guys playing?
we'll be on at 8:30.
8:30?
The doors open 8 o'clock, and I should mention it's actually Benny's birthday as well this weekend.
Benny.
So we'll be partying extra hard for Benny.
Yeah, very cool. Big shout out to
We're
Ben.
gonna try and organise a bit of a surprise for him, which
Oh, what?
Imagine if he's watching now.
well, I'm not telling you what it is. That
There you go, Ben. Surprise.
Yeah, so this is how long is this one? This one's a short and sweet. This one will kind of give you an idea.
Nyasa,
Yeah, if you like, pretty heavy music. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but even if you like, I don't like this shit, but I want to see what it sounds like live. I think you should come down because a lot of guys, I know my friends, like, not my style of music, but they actually really enjoy just watching us. So if you listen to it, it's your thing, come down. If not, come down anyway. You might be surprised.
Who did the artwork for you guys as well?
Have a guess, man.
Very
Who fucking does everything?
AI though, or
For the artwork,
Yeah.
so a blend of AI and so I have a mate who I grew up with in Sydney, Lindsay.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll when I actually manage to generate a really cool image, but it just needs a little bit of a certain flavor, I'll send it over to him, and so he actually made our logo, that white heart-shaped thing and stuff. So I sent him like a pen drawing of it, and he turned it into the logo. So.
Very cool.
There's no Dylan there. Are you like bummed?
Yeah, I think we gotta.
Yeah, we gotta update that.
Dylan's face is like, motherfucker.
It's just like a peace sign. Like, hi guys. In the back next to
As a
Scott.
background.
Yeah.
Little sign, Mum, I'm in the band.
All right. Well, let's play these songs. So this one here. So you're gonna have to do it on Spotify on the actual computer. So what's the story for Nisia?
Well, it's NYASA. It's just
Acronym?
Acronym is what.
Pause the music. I was gonna get copyrighted. All right. So yeah.
What's it about?
Yes. What's this song about before we go into
So the acronym actually stands for New Year's Always Sucked Anyway.
it? Very cool.
Nice, happy name. But
He's a very happy guy.
I'm a very happy person. Everyone can attest to that. Sure. So I've grown up with depression, self-harm and stuff since I was about 12. New Year's for me is always a rough time because I feel it's kind of me reflecting on the year and kind of, as bad as it sounds, convincing myself that it's worth doing it all again for another year.
Yeah.
So I find that week between Christmas, New Year probably lasts at its worst until probably that whole holiday period is over.
It's just that 1 week sucks.
Well, not even that. I mean, throughout the year, obviously, I have up and downs with depression and stuff, but that's when I have to be on top of everything because I know that's when I'm most likely to reflect and be like, shit, is this really worth doing all over again? Maybe it's not.
Can I ask, is it going to be better this New Year's, my friend? Looking back on what you've accomplished.
I don't know. We'll see when we get there.
I was just trying to put you in a better mood, my friend.
I appreciate it. But as a counsellor and psych graduate as well, like it's definitely something I try to encourage other people.
Oh, really? You're a counsellor and psych graduate?
Yeah,
That's cool.
what I studied. So the chorus of this song is actually a positive chorus, where it says, "The darkness ends, you're not alone." So I really try to encourage others to seek support for themselves. Because that's what's helped me, along with these guys, to still be here today.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's really good. But that's awesome that you actually you're talking about it, you're promoting it, and you're helping, people. Yeah,
The music might sound scary, but Aaron definitely he's
putting your soul into it. Right?
And he's definitely pushing for kind of what we even talked about with musos coming together, chatting about it, mental health, pushing forward. I guess it's kind of your kind of therapy as well, getting things out. But
yeah.
No,
that's awesome. All right, well, let's play it.
Have a listen. Yeah.
Happy joy.
Let's give it a go. What does it sound like? Crank it.
Lyrics are up also.
Bro, the lyrics there.
Yeah.
I think so,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Scroll down. The lyrics actually might be there for it. That's amazing.
Yeah,
If you hit
that
the
microphone there.
mic icon,
Oh, the mic on the right?
Yeah.
The right?
bottom right.
Yep.
There you go. No,
I didn't know
way.
that, bro.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
It's not time synced yet though, but yeah,
Yeah, that's news to me.
that's where we're up to.
incredible. Like, you have a great voice. I have to say, you've got a really good voice.
Appreciate it.
So it's like a long never alone.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's cool. I really like that.
Thanks, man.
You guys would be awesome live, I reckon. That's sick. Like, and like the way you've done that with your voice as well, it's like going so like screamo, but then it's like you got the high pitch part, and it's just like it balances out. Like,
Yeah.
We call it the good cop, bad cop. Yeah, I think that's quite. It's interesting that it does because it's not one-dimensional. I think with our music, we try and have a little bit of elements, a lot of dynamics. Not fun that we're getting punching people in the face like 10 out of 10 the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's nice that he can change up between a nice singing voice and obviously the grouse.
Yeah.
So we appreciate what he does.
yeah, that's really cool. And so the other one you've got is what's it called again?
Decay.
Decay. And so what's the story for Decay then?
Decay was about an experience I had back in like 2013 probably.
Wow. 11 years ago.
Yeah, so yeah, it was. I did have a period of time where I had really debilitating anxiety, where I stopped playing music, stopped playing sport, basically all the stuff I loved. Started to do different things, thinking that that would help. I think a lot of the people that I met at the time, I'm sure they meant well, but a lot of other people who I met as well, when I started to finally deal with the anxiety and stuff and come out of that scene, yeah, basically we're just like, well, we don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. And I guess it was kind of a eye-opener for me to be like, but man, this is me finally feeling like I can live again, just because it's different to what you've known over the last couple of years when I've been struggling, because I didn't really tell anyone what I was dealing with. Yeah. So I feel, the truest friends that have stuck with me, like our bass player Digogo, who used to play bass for us.
Bass player.
He,
Good guy.
famous YouTuber. You should get him on the podcast as well.
Yeah,
He's got about 5 million subscribers now.
Another Perth guy, so
Yeah.
he's doing really well. We should shout it out, Cold Fusion.
Yeah, Cold Fusion TV.
Can we look that up? Cold Fusion TV.
Yeah, he's our old bass player, Digogo. Absolute wonderful
Legend.
guy.
He's been to all our gigs with his girlfriend.
And essentially, his YouTube channel essentially kind of blew up. So he puts his heart and soul into that. So
Yeah, if you got 5 million subscribers.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
he's not mucking around, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cold Fusion TV. Anyway, keep saying.
Yeah, so I mean, if you go on YouTube and type Cold Fusion,
It is
there you go.
It's a science, finance, technology type,
Welcome to another episode.
and he's got a really nice sultry voice.
Held his phone close, eyes searching for privacy. The man scarcely noticed the
He
subway
likes to do like short documentaries, but they are top tier.
That's cool as all hell.
Yeah.
I would love to have this guy on because he's successful for not making dance videos. He's got real stuff to talk about.
He's an academic.
Yeah. It's not just like a look at me, just do the
And
dance
again,
thing.
another Perth guy. So
Yeah.
That's incredible. I would love to have this guy. That's very cool.
Yeah.
so yeah,
Oh wait, you've got multiple.
Yeah.
he's got 5 mil. We'll have a look at his views. 1.4 mil. Just
4.9 subscribers. There
That's
you go.
great.
No, he's done really well. But
yeah, we're very proud of him, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's one of the guys that stuck with me from the start. He was in the band when we first started it and stuff. But yeah, I guess the song Decay is about coming to that realization, like some people can be so stuck in what they think is right that they're not even willing to consider that someone's been suffering and that person now feels like they're finally free to live, and they interpret that as a bad thing. And,
and that's when you need people the most.
Yeah, so that was a rough time, so I'm grateful for guys like him at that time who stuck with me. So Decay is kind of about, I guess, kind of a call to say, hey, be more open-minded, because sometimes you can just be negligent to someone's pain and suffering because you're so stuck in your own way of thinking about things.
And that's where like it, I love talking about mental health on this thing, because it's just like there's so much to talk about with it. But like we've had multiple episodes where we've just talked about how damaging this thing is.
Yeah.
And it's just like how bad it is for social media and everything to be so involved in our own lives that it's all through our phone and it's all digital. But it's exactly like you said, it's like they're just so engulfed in their own thing. They can't see outside their own box and see someone hurting, and that's like, yeah, they're not friends. Like, those people there, like...
We got you, Matty.
Yeah. But then that bass player, he sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Stick by you, like...
Yeah, there's a few people from that period that have stuck by me.
Yeah, that's good,
and, you know, I guess it's kind of what the song's about, is just a call to not be just stuck in a way of thinking where it means that you're... just not even seeing other people's suffering.
Because in a way it's like they're decaying, kind of.
Yeah.
Because they're not looking outside their box. They're in their own box and decaying away as age goes on, time goes on. They're just not willing to change and learn and do different things and be better people. Like. So then when did you write this song? Was it not long after that, or was it recently?
No, I wrote it in... It was one of the first songs we wrote after I switched to vocals and stuff.
Yeah, so this is essentially the first song that you wrote to kind of, okay, this is the style we want to go in. I remember when you did write it, I was like, cool, this is it. This is where we're going to go. This is the kind of new direction.
Yeah, that's probably about 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah, quite
that's
a while.
very cool.
But I knew, I was like, that's the sound, man.
Yeah.
That's
There's nothing better than that, I can imagine. It's like you get all these different like examples. You're like, that one. Let's do that one. And just go from there. And it works
out. It was
out.
very much the catalyst for everything that came after. So
I think so.
And so you guys have played these two songs out and about. And as well?
For sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
So if we do listen to Decay, there is a long intro, so you might want to skip the minute.
Yeah. Well, let's
very atmospheric. Depends on how you got on time. That's
well. Should we finish up on this?
Sure.
Yeah, let's finish up on this then, because it's technically 8:29, so then 8:35 will be fine.
Sure.
I can say appreciate your time and thanks for having us on. If this is going to be kind of the fade out, I just want to say thanks for Jasper, mate. Thanks for the heads up, and thank you for your time and letting us come in, and we really appreciate it.
No, thank you guys. And like, I would love to have you guys back on again. It's like I want to get like multiple bands on, because like I've had a band on where it was like 5 people, and I also had a Blossom Festival. I think we had 7 people on.
Wow.
And it was just like so much fun, because everyone's talking and everyone, but we're not talking over the top of each other.
Yeah.
We got that like worked out.
I may have done a little bit of that.
It's all good. I like the intro to this. How long did it take for you guys to write this song and like make it? And like,
Aaron's a fucking genius, man.
Even the drums, he just sends me the drums. So I just okay, all right, and I just add a little bit of my flavor, I guess.
But then you got that kind of the EDM kind of coming in. I think Bring Me is definitely a big influence, kind of how they kind of mash genres. So
I listen to a lot of Witch House.
Yeah.
Witch House.
It's a random genre, but gives me a lot of inspiration.
Yeah, okay, cool. Lyrics are cool already. I haven't even heard of it.
So I didn't even know that we could do that.
That's so cool. I had no idea you could do it either.
That's cool.
I thought you had to be Lady Gaga to do that shit.
incredible. That was so cool. That
Thank you,
was
my
very
guy.
cool.
Thank you.
That was very cool. I like that. So atmospheric, so awesome. So
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
keep doing what you
Appreciate
guys are
that.
doing. Honestly.
Thank you very much.
Keep doing it.
Really appreciate
All
it.
right. Cheers so much, guys, for watching.
Yeah, thank you, everyone
Thanks
out
for hanging
there.
out.
Thank you guys so much for
hanging
coming
out with
on.
us.
Next week we have we're booked up until November. We have Sandy coming on. Have you guys ever met Sandy? Because she'll be there probably at Amplify. She's a last night. Yeah, she's one of those kids. Maybe not. Sandy Kung? Okay. We've got like 5 people coming on next week. Yeah. Like Sandy didn't want to come on, but she made a group chat with 4 of her friends, and I was like, so we're all coming on, right? So,
You need to steal some extra XLR cables, man, to get those.
Yeah, you're gonna get them.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to call that patient.
we got to sort all that out. Yeah. But thank you so much, guys. for
It's
coming
been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks again, man. Really
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
Really good.
And yeah, if you can come down the show Saturday,
Saturday night,
Yeah,
grab
that's
some
it.
tickets. We'll chuck the link up, and yeah,
Get yourself a t-shirt.
yeah, grab yourself a t-shirt.
Yeah, grab yourself a t-shirt. Comment in the ticket section will be in the comments below, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
thanks
Take
everyone.
care.
All right, catch
See
you
you,
guys.
man.
So yeah.
All right, see ya.
Boom. End.
Sweet.